Hello! Are you having trouble being very intentional about the goals that you set for yourself every month? If so, stick around for some suggestions on how to be better at being intentional. Hey, this is Katie from Crafting Ruby Dreams, and welcome to my channel where I talk about planners, goal setting, writing, publishing, and getting right with my finances. Today's video is all about the goals that I've set for myself for the month of June 2021 in my MäksēLife planner. I'm going to switch to a top-down view so that I can go over each area of life and the goals that I've set within them, and then I will come back and talk to you about being intentional, so stick around. If you like these videos about setting goals, please hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified about when future videos are available. So this is the monthly goals layout for the MäksēLife planner. If you are not familiar with it, it is broken up into 8 areas of life: the personal area of life, the fun and recreation area of life, the work and learning area of life, the family and relationships area of life, the health and wellness area of life, the spiritual and personal growth area of life, the financial area of life, and the physical environment area of life. What I have done to decorate these pages is to use some thin washi from Simply Gilded. Really like this. This is from their May subscription box, which was Tropical Luxe. It's very cute. And then I have also used Mildliner markers that I have marked the particular colors that I use with little labels for each area of life. And then finally, I use these Zig Clean Color dot markers, and I have also marked these with labels for each area of life for the corresponding colors. For the month of June, I have the next phase of one of my stretch goals happening. So I am being very intentional with the focus of my goals for all of the other areas of life, because a lot of energy is going to be spent on achieving this next phase of this particular stretch goal. But I'm leaving that particular area of life until last. We're going to start out with a personal area of life where my focus statement for the month is to chill. I want to do 5 meditation sessions on the Peloton. My parents have a bike, so I have a sub account set up through my dad's account. And I've just gone ahead using the Zig Clean Color dot, just 5 dots, so that I can mark off each one as I do them. For the fun and recreation area of life, because of the draw of energy to the stretch goal, I just want to focus on future things with regards to fun and recreation. And so therefore my focus statement is future. Those 2 goals for the month are to identify 5 money-free activities, as well as work on the vacation leave time plan that I want to start instituting next year. For the work and learning area of life, this is being significantly impacted by my working on the stretch goal, so I have to be very cognizant of how I'm spending my work time, and so therefore the focus statement for this area of life is deadlines. I have a lot of deadlines this month I have to be aware of and just play to them. That seems to be what works best for me, and I will just work on them as I can. The first one has to do with something for the day job. I have a committee that I'm on, and there's a book that I have to read and report back on it, and the meeting for that is going to be later this month, and I still haven't read the book yet. I will be working on that this month. The next goal for the work and learning area of life is that I am hoping to open an Etsy shop later this year as a way to bring in additional income. So one of the things that I want to do is develop a test product that I can send out to a select group of friends that I know would be interested in products like this and get their feedback on that. The next goal is that I want to produce 6 videos for YouTube. I usually aim for 8, but as I'm going to be out of town dealing with the stretch goal for 1 week of the month, I don't want to overstretch myself if I am unable to get all 8 videos that I usually like to get out in the month. Then I don't want to set myself up for failure. If I set the goal for 6 but I achieve 8, then great, I managed to meet my goal and exceed it, and therefore that's going to give me some positive energy to go into July. I don't want to set 8 and then miss the mark and think I've failed. Again, just being very cognizant of where my energy is going to be directed this month. The 4th goal for this area of life is me overshooting a little bit, probably more than a little bit, but I want to start posting regularly again to Instagram, so I want to post a post, story, or reel at least 3 times per per week to Instagram. I figure that I can do stories at the very least during the week that I will be traveling and moving into my new apartment. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, I hope you will check me out. I am at Crafting Ruby Dreams over there. I'll also be celebrating 1 year on Instagram as of June 1st, the day that this video posts. So I hope you will join me. For the family and relationships area of life, the focus statement for this is travel, because after we move into my new apartment, we are going to be traveling down to Alabama, where I have family who are dealing with some significant medical issues right now. So on the way, my parents and I are going to stop in Asheville, because Asheville has been on her travel wish list for a while now. It has also been on mine. So we are taking advantage of the opportunity in order to visit there, since it literally is on the way to where we are headed. Once we get down to Alabama, I'll spend about a day there before flying back home to Chicago. And then I have a lot of birthdays this month, so I already have the cards for everyone. I just want to be sure to get them out to them in time for their birthdays. For the health and wellness area of life, my focus statement is planned, because I want to develop a return to DC plan for my various doctor's appointments. This includes getting my annual checkup with my medical doctor, as well as having a conversation with some recent changes to my family medical history. I also need to go in and have my eyes checked, as it will have been nearly 2 years at that point since I last had an eye exam. And I also know I need to get an update to my glasses prescription. And then I also need to check back in with my dentist, as it has been a while since I've had a checkup and cleaning with them. And I also know that I'm due up for at least one more crown, probably a few more. So I need to get all of those initial visits arranged and then work on getting any follow-up visits set. For the spiritual and personal growth area of life, my focus statement is support, because I just need to support my mental health, and doing the goals in this particular area of life are intended to support that. That includes setting up the micro coaching call with the coaching group that I go to for CliftonStrengths, and then also staying on top of the work in Club Moxie. This month's theme is realign, so I know that this is going to be an extremely useful and heavy-hitting month for me with regards to those particular groups that I'm currently working with. For the financial area of life, my focus statement is no spend. It could also very easily have been save, and if you saw my weekly goals video from yesterday, you already know that my weekly focus statement is save. My one goal for this month is to keep my spending well under my income. We'll see if I can do that. For the physical environment area of life, this is the big stretch goal of the month, which is why I've got the lovely little sticker as well as the different lettering for the focus statement. Focus statement is move, because I am moving into my new apartment. I will be getting the keys as well as having my things delivered from my storage unit. So I am calling this move phase 2 step 1, because it's the new apartment, but I'm not going to be back there full time until later this summer. To celebrate this particular phase of the stretch goal, I decided to pull out one of the stickers from the MäksēLife sticker book and lettered in the words new home. I am really pleased with all of my June goals, and I find that the quote that Sarah chose to highlight this monthly goals page to be particularly apt. The challenge is not to be perfect, it is to be whole, by Jane Fonda. And the goal for me this month is just really do my best. And to reiterate what I said in the weekly goals video yesterday, anything that I get done will be done to the best of my ability, and anything that doesn't get done, nobody's going to die because it didn't get done. I am really looking forward to this month, as it's going to be a lot. A lot of progress will be made one way or the other by the end of this month. I hope you found the goals that I've set for myself for June to be interesting, and I hope you can see what my thought processes were behind choosing the goals that I chose. As I said, I was trying to be extremely intentional about being cognizant of the energy that I'm going to have for this month and how much of it is going to be needed for when I move into the new apartment. I need to do packing for it. I need to go in and deal with all the administrative things. I've already dealt with a lot of the administrative things, but there's the final administrative things that I need to do with regards to it. And I need to start thinking about how I'm going to furnish that apartment. So that's going to be both managing the funds that I have set aside for those things, as well as figuring out the space considerations for what I hope to get to furnish the apartment. So much mental energy as well as physical energy is going to be directed towards the physical environment area of life. Because this is going to be a huge energy drain for me, even though it is an absolutely positive thing, it's going to take away from other areas of life. I wanted to be intentional for the areas of life where I could use that time and space and mental energy to support what I am doing for the physical environment area of life. I have chosen goals to support those. So that includes doing meditation sessions, attending my weekly therapy sessions, and then also the spiritual and personal growth areas of life. Those are also going to require a lot of mental and spiritual energy from me in order to work through the various changes necessary to move me forward in those particular areas of my personal development. But I'm also doing them with the intention of working towards major goals like this move to make positive changes in my life. Another example of what I'm doing to support this stretch goal that I have is the work and learning area of life, where I'm working to develop an additional income stream to help take the pressure off of me in affording my new apartment, as I have the rent, the additional utilities, and the other various increases of living expenses that I am going to have from living in a new place. So when you are trying to be intentional in setting your goals, pay attention to any stretch goals that are having a major movement in that particular month. Like for me, it's the move. I am moving into the new place, and that is a huge part of the overall stretch goal of moving into a new apartment. Then pay attention to what other areas of life you can then use to support your achievement of that stretch goal. Also, if you can avoid working on 2 stretch goals at the same time in the same month, I would definitely try to do that. If you have to work on multiple stretch goals, see if you can balance doing small moves towards that particular stretch goal with doing major moves to another stretch goal. If possible, you want to avoid doing major movements towards 2 separate stretch goals, because that will fracture you and you may not be able to do everything you need to do in order to accomplish those major transitions. Thank you so much for choosing to spend time with me today and be a part of the growing community of Crafting Ruby Dreams. If you haven't already, I hope you will hit that like button so that YouTube knows to recommend this video to others. And I hope you'll also consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell to be notified about when future videos are available. On either side of my face, you are going to see on this side my face, which is a button that you can click to subscribe to the channel, and over here you will see 2 videos that I think you might be interested in. Thanks so much for joining me, and may all your dreams be Ruby dreams. Bye-bye.